Well, the pandas first came in 1987 for a tour of about 200 days to the San Diego Zoo. And that was a sensation. It generated over 2 million incremental visitors. Now, we haven't had a panda here for the last 5 years. And these are the first 2 pandas that are coming to the United States new in the last 21 years. And the San Diego Zoo is the beneficiary. And right now, all the other zoos that did have pandas have returned them except for the Atlanta Zoo, which has 2 pandas, and they'll go back later in the year. You know, we have a tourist economy of almost $24 billion in revenues. 31 million tourists came to San Diego last year. Pandas have fans nationally. So there is going to be a lot of people who maybe have never considered coming to San Diego that are going to come to the zoo. And certainly San Diego as a city is going to benefit from them staying a handful of days and enjoying our other attractions and amenities that the city now offers tourists and giving them a diverse experience when they visit San Diego. Well, what we're seeing is that with inflation being a little bit lower, demand for especially air travel and rental cars has increased. But importantly, the AAA, who does track holiday travel, is seeing that this is going to be the largest travel period since pre-pandemic. So there are going to be 71 million individuals that are going to be traveling at least 50 miles or further from their homes beginning the 27th, yesterday, all the way through July 8th. Now, the way it breaks down is 60 million people are going to be going into their cars and driving at least 50 miles. And that's 3 million more people than there were last year. To put it into context, think about this. This means that if everybody in San Diego County gets in their car and drives 50 miles, it will leave the county a ghost town. That's how many people are, more than last year, are taking to the roads in 2024. Now, the other part, the other 10 million or so, about 5.5 million are going to be taking planes. There's going to be another 4.5 million that are going to be taking either a cruise or train or a bus for those travels. Now, what's interesting is the cruise industry has really rebounded since before the pandemic. Almost the same number of people that are going to be taking cruises in 2024 took them in 2019, and the very popular destination this summer is cruises to Alaska. Now, going back to motorists, the AAA really thinks about giving them advice as to when's the best time to travel. And so AAA says if you're going to drive a car, then leave early in the morning, avoid the 2 to 7 p.m. Afternoon window, and be prepared that it's going to take you a lot longer no matter what to get to your destination. In fact, AAA estimates that depending on the city and the locations, about a 67% increase in the time it's going to take you to get to your final destination. Now, what's interesting is why the incremental travel. Inflation is down. Gas prices are about 15 cents lower per gallon this time versus last year. So people have a little bit more in their pocket to spend for gas. And what's interesting from a gas perspective, generally 4th of July is the window where gas prices peak, they flatten, and then for the rest of the summer they tend to decline because travel starts to taper off. The last thing is in airports, they're estimating about 5.5 million visitors just leaving for trips related to the 4th of July holiday. The TSA says that during this period they're going to scan and screen over 30 million passengers. Today is going to be the day they screen the most, and it's going to be a record about 3 million. And so where some of these passengers are going, the top 5 travel destinations are Vancouver, British Columbia, London, Rome, Dublin, Ireland, and Paris. And so, hopefully everyone goes out and has a safe travel and has a good 4th of July holiday.